AYANEO has recently unveiled the successor to its first two models, the AYANEO 2S, which features the company's newest and most potent Ryzen APU. Both the performance and design of this new handheld console have been significantly improved. But whether the update is actually worthwhile still needs to be determined. So let's explore the specifics to determine the answer. Primarily two things have been changed in the new 2S model. The first one is the reborn Phoenix processor, which is the Ryzen 7 7840U APU with a maximum frequency of 5.10 GHz. Based on Xeon 4 architecture, this new chip offers a substantial leaping performance compared to its predecessor, the Ryzen 7 6800U APU in the AYANEO 2. According to the officials, this new 4nm process on the 7840U delivers a 40% performance increase compared to the AYANEO 2 6nm process power. On top of that, you can play games up to 30W TDP, which definitely makes a huge difference when it comes to handheld gaming. So, as a result, we can expect up to a 5 to 15% performance buff on the new 2S compared to the previous version. Games like Cyberpunk 2077 run about 70+ FPS at 800p lower settings, whereas the original 2 model delivers around 60 FPS on the same settings. Or you could also just turn on the VSync and lock it down to 60 FPS on both consoles, because if you like playing storytelling games such as Dance, then the additional 10 FPS will not make a huge difference. Another major change that took place in the 2S is the overall cooling system. According to a YouTuber called Taki Uden with added cooling efficiency, this new version has achieved 10 degrees Celsius improved thermal performance, and yes, we do believe that the new cooling system has much more air-flowing potential. So, if you're all up for a better cooling system, then the 2S version would be the superior choice. As for the display, both have a 7-inch IPS panel screen featuring 1200p resolution at a 60Hz refresh rate. But the latest 2S model comes equipped with 500 nits of brightness. One of those predecessor had 100 nits less. So games on the 2S version look sharper and more vibrant. Also, these screens are completely bezel-less and they do look quite nice. We mean, look at it. It's not only looks sleek but also has plenty of screen real estate to game with. For emulation, both these handles seem to perform quite great. For example, if you look at the PPSSPP emulator for PSP emulation, Ada Prime showed that the two of us could easily pull games such as Ghost of Sparta at around 30 watts, with the upscaling on. The AYANEO 2, on the other hand, draws about 12.5 watts of power using the same emulation and game. So, performance differences in emulated games are hardly noticeable. Although this PSP game is really hard to emulate, handheld consoles such as the new 2S and 2 variants are easily capable of running these games just fine. Other than just a PSP, both consoles also support GameCube and Wii Xbox 360 emulation and a few more major emulator platforms. And judging by the recent popularity of emulation, we gotta say that the 2S holds amazing potential. Overall, both the 2S and original 2 version can handle emulation quite well. However, the 2S version is still the superior choice over the previous model for those who want a solid emulation experience with minimal stutter. As we move on to the price, the upcoming 2S costs around $949, while the previous version costs slightly higher at $1,099. Surprisingly, the latest version costs less. However, we might be able to see the deduction of the price for the original 2 model when the AYANEO 2S will be available in stock. So, if you're rooting for a new handheld console, the AYANEO 2S would be the perfect deal. However, if you already own the AYANEO 2, then we would suggest sticking with it for the time being, because buying a new hand console for a few months with a minor upgrade for almost $1,000 is not worth it. So that was all about today's comparison video between AYANEO 2S and AYANEO 2. Thanks for watching. If you found this video to be helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and let us know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Subscribe to our channel, Hit the bell icon if you want to see more videos like this on your feed.